All right, so this is the demand limiting page.
Yep. And so the way I've built this is this here, like the top one, last January peak. So you will actually go to your utility bill when you get your bill in February, and you will enter what your peak was for January.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And it'll record the timestamp. That way you know if you forgot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it'll tell you, like, oh, crap, I forgot to set that one. But what's brilliant about it, at least from my perspective, is now, so let's say we set, let's do December, because we just got out of December. So let's say December 2022 is 247 kilowatts. So your real adjustment is right here. So you're saying next year we want to shave 15% off of our demand from the previous year.
Okay.
So then what it's going to do is it's going to take 85% of 247, and it's going to set that as your new peak for December of 2023.
Got it.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
But that way you're in control of trying to force your demand lower. Month by month, because naturally, you know, some months you're just naturally going to use more energy because it's colder, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But you can still try to see some savings by doing it based on a percentage of the previous year.
Got it.
Now, obviously, like probably 2, maybe 3 years from now, you'll end up likely where your percentage is 0. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you will get as low as you really can get before you start causing issues in the building. But that way, every single month, you're trying to shave a percentage off of the previous year. So it's a little bit unique in that normally you do, like I said, one setting, period. But I was trying to come up with a way that you could see some savings even though your bill fluctuates. And then you have this obviously set is how you set it. And then that little button next to it is so you can go see a trend of what it was. So
Got it.
You know, 5-10 years down the road, you'll be able to see how you've driven your January KW down year over year. So,
That's great.
And then obviously here you can just completely disable it. This will tell you how many devices have been shed.
Like that are currently shedding.
Well, it also, yes, that will show you current, and then obviously you got a history there that'll so you can kind of see what it has done. And then KW. Obviously, as your KW approaches the setting, which in this case is 216, it turns red once it goes over that. Which we shouldn't see. Obviously, blue means it's good, and it just changes color to give you a quick visual. And then obviously it's got a history too, so you can watch how your KW has flowed. So it's really a basic page. A lot of the work is done in the background. What I really wanted to talk about was all this, because that's not typically how demand limiting works. But as I was building it, like I said, it just generally was like, well, I can't have one setting because, you know, in July you have no problem hitting that setting probably, but in, you know, January
December.
It's going to be like a struggle. So that's kind of what I came up with.
That's
and
great.
Obviously you can adjust the percentage. So, you know, you could get to where, you know, 15, and then maybe next year you're doing 10 to keep moving it down, and just to see how far you can push it.
So you would advise, using that percent number to kind of control how aggressive to be.
So this here, so like right now, December, you know, so when you get your bill in January here, you'll go in here and you'll set what your peak was for December.
This is interesting, right? Because we had, so let's say for this year, because I just got the bill, our demand was just like outrageously high, right? It was like 310. I'm looking to get significantly lower than that next year. So what would that look like? I would just
what I would do then, if you wanna fudge it, is I would just put
a lower number in there.
Yeah, just put right here instead of 310, put 280, and then you want a 15% off 280. You know, and then it'll record the timestamp of when you did it, so you can see, I changed it in January. So I know that's my 2022 number, and then same thing when you get your bill in February for January, then you'll put your January KW in there. And then next year when January rolls around, whatever you've got in here, it's going to try to shave 15% off of it.
Great.
and then it's just a rolling based on the month. And then if you really want to, you can come down here and just manual.
Oh, there's
what
an
your
M
peak
for a
is.
manual. Okay, so if we really wanted to, how would we restore it to automatic? Just hit the A button?
Exactly.
Okay, perfect.
Yep.
I love it. This is great.
Try to leave you lots of flexibility, but what I didn't want was for you to have to call me again to make adjustments. So,
yes.
you know,
I
it's always
appreciate
nice
that.
to build it once, and then you guys be able to operate your building with it. So that's what I was going for.
Awesome. Thanks, Rob.